Nerdcast, episode 3. Definitely appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Got my man Lex with me as always. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, happy Friday, man. How was your week?
It was good, man. How's Cam? Cam always asking how I'm doing. How's Cam doing?
Oh, Cam's chilling. Cam doing just good, just fine, brother. I definitely appreciate you asking, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. As y'all might have seen, if you tuned in to the flyer that was going around, we got a nice little fun show in store for y'all tonight. Kind of taking it back a little bit to the days of our youth. Some of our hopes and dreams, wishes, things that we wish we could have been a part of when they was airing when we were younger. We talking about, talking about TV shows, game shows, and things like that we wanted to be on as children. Also gonna dive into a nice little juicy would you rather a little later into the show. What up? And then closing out with just kind of a more personal type subject and tapping in to see how we were accepted, how our likes and that nerd culture that we were so deep into, how it was accepted by those that were close to us. So definitely think y'all gonna have a lot of fun with this one. I know we are. So before we get started though, you got anything you want to say? You want to tell the people? Or
make sure y'all follow Eddie Murphy 69 at Twitch. That's at Twitch. The link is underneath my face.
Sir, definitely tap in with Lex on there. He playing all sorts of stuff.
Let's get into it, man. Let's
do it. So with the first one, we're gonna go ahead and dive into the TV shows and game shows, man, that we wanted to kind of be on and be a part of when we was younger. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you start out because you brought up a pretty interesting one, when we wasn't live. So I'm gonna let you start it out with this one.
Okay, so it took me literally probably 29 years to remember this fucking show. Because it wasn't the fact that this show only ran for a season. It was because by the time I was of age to remember some shit, it was the last season ever. So
right.
The show was probably going for a minute. I was looking at the footage and all I kept thinking in my head for all these years was yo, man, what the fuck was this show? And when I described it to people just couldn't figure out what it was. I was like, yo, at the end, there's mirror people. And these fucking mirror people get you if you go down the wrong turn. And this game was called Masters of the Maze, as Cam found for me literally 10 minutes ago.
I mean, you gave the perfect description, man. That's all I needed to hear to know what you was talking about. So.
Bro, I didn't Google search this shit. Google was looking at me like I was stupid. I'm like, bro, I know I didn't imagine this show. But I remember seeing this show and I thought this shit was real. And Nickelodeon, they fooled us a lot as kids.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a part where you go into this maze, as I described, with a bunch of fucking mirrors. And I'm not going to lie, when you see the layout from the top view, there's only 2 ways you could go. And it's just crazy how these kids would get stuck. And I used to get pissed. And then they had a buddy.
Right.
Now, they would show the teammate outside of the maze looking like he's controlling the little nigga in the inside of the maze.
So it was one of the best shows ever. But looking back, it was so bad.
They try to make it seem like only Nickelodeon had the technology to put you in a spacesuit and then your man's control you from the outside. I was like, bro, I ain't never seen NASA ain't even got that.
Yo, but Nickelodeon was good for that back in the day.
They were.
Every show that they had made you feel like, oh, this is next level. I think the only TV show that I can remember that was competing with stuff Nickelodeon was putting out was Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
That show was crazy.
On Nickelodeon. That was on what?
That shit was on PBS. All right, listen, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I grew up mad poor, so we had 4 channels at the crib, bro. We had NBC, CBS, ABC, and PBS. And if you had a wire that you could plug into the TV, you got a very fuzzy porn channel.
That's true. Oh wait, you don't have Fox?
No, Fox didn't come. Fox didn't. Because I was I'm in my 30s. I'm in my mid 30s now.
I'm right there with you.
So, and Fox, we didn't get that Fox channel out here in our area until like the 2000s. I remember because they would show Buzz Lightyear in the mornings. I was like, yo, what the fuck channel was this? And it was Fox. And then they had the Fox Kids, and I think Fox Kids was like late 90s. So mid 90s, it was. I remember one Saturday morning, like shit like
Disney's
that.
one Saturday morning? Okay.
Disney's one Saturday morning is my shit. Because that's how I would catch up with the fucking Disney shows.
Fox Kids was before that, though. Matter of fact, Fox Kids was before that. Because I was a part of
one Saturday morning?
Yeah, Fox Kids was before one
My nigga said he part of the club. They had One Piece on Fox Kids at one point.
See, that was I think that's when they switched over to 4Kids. When it was
that 4Kids shit was trash.
Yeah, when it was Fox Kids, they were showing like what was they showing? Power Rangers.
No, you're right.
Street Sharks.
You're right.
Like, I think they even had a game show back in the day. It was like a kid version of Survivor or something like that. And I can't remember the name of it, but
you're right. That channel was Fox Kids was actually on cable at one point. And then we got it. We ended up getting it for air cable in the 2000s, I believe, or the late 90s. Because I remember going to my uncle's house and there was a show I couldn't watch at the crib because you had to watch it on Fox Kids. And that shit was I used to watch it every Saturday. I was at my uncle's crib, and that shit was Life for Louie and Bobby's World. So yeah, you're right, because Bobby's World was also a Fox Kids show back in the day.
Yes, sir. Listen, Bobby's World is one of the greatest shows of all time. I can't think of a kid with a bigger imagination than Bobby.
Bro, Howie Mandel with a jerry curl was crazy.
Wild.
Listen, he had the curl, bro.
It was always on point too, though.
That shit was off fleek.
He drop up there, like, I don't know what type of activator he was using. The curl was always properly curled.
Bro, Howie Mandel using activator is insane. They show him now, bro. Like he's all balded out, bro. He look like he don't want to touch nothing on the desk. He's like because I heard he's I heard plenty of times like people interview about him. I mean, he's like a crazy germaphobe. So the jerry curl juice is like kind of wild for me. Like I just like don't his shit when they showed him as like the non-cartoon at the beginning, his shit was juicy as hell, bro.
Juicy. That man slept with a shower cap on every night, bro. Like playing no games. So,
bro, Howie was a man. But Fox Kids was one of those things. But Nickelodeon, I used to watch this shit at my grandma's. And that's what it always was kind of faded in my mind because it's not like I could watch it every single day. It was when I was at my grandma's crib. It was a lot. I was at my grandma's a lot, but like certain time periods that school seasons in, and I feel like they used to play those old game shows like in the summertime a lot.
Right. Okay.
That, like,
Arcade was fire.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into that too.
Crazy.
Arcade was fire.
But the main reason we're going back to Masters of the Maze.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I wanted to be on that show is because those kids look so dumb being in that maze and not figuring out that there's only two. They would go around in a circle, the same circle, mad times. I'm like, bro, you keep seeing the same shit. And then the mirror people that got you like 2 times, like one more time, you're done. But for some reason, like majority of the kids would like, their brains would click. And I'm like, bro, these guys is like mad older than me.
Right. It made no sense.
You like 10, between 10 and 12, like you should be able to make these type of decisions by this age and get yourself out of this tiny little maze.
No, they had no sense of direction. They had no sense of direction.
The maze was like the size of a basement.
Cyber Chase.
Cyber Chase.
You took me back with that one. Cyber Chase was fire.
Cyber Chase was fire. I had to code it. No, you know what was fire too back in the day? And this is for the kids. How I know if you had cable or not. If you remember this song. Dragonland.
Then you messed it up.
Dragon. What's that? You know what I'm talking about?
Dragon Tail,
bro. You messed it up. Look. No, they say Dragonland in there, don't they? They say let's all go to Dragonland, right?
Yeah, they say that.
That's not the end, right?
Yeah, at the end and all that. But yeah, it's Dragon Tales.
I seen every episode of that shit, bro.
Listen,
little Asian kids.
So you messed it up, dog. You kept messing it up. The people who watch Dragon Tales faithfully gonna come for you. You can't be doing
bro,
that, bro.
No, I smoke too much weed, bro. I don't remember none of the shit.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
I don't remember no theme songs, but Family Matters.
First off,
Family Matters got the greatest one. They got the greatest thing. Bro.
Oh,
nothing makes you happier.
Whoa.
What do you think? For sitcoms?
For sitcoms?
Just for sitcoms. What do you think is the greatest?
This is completely off topic.
Yeah.
But you put that over Golden Girls?
Wildin'. Nah, but like I never had girls. Like I never had like my own set of girlfriends. Like the Golden Girls. You know what I mean?
We're talking the theme songs. You said
I relate more to the Family Matters one, man.
I'm just talking about Bobs, dog. If we talking Bobs, Golden Girls top billing. Cheers is up there above.
Look, me and my friends treat each other like shit. That's why I don't relate to that song.
Thank you for being a friend. Okay, that makes sense in your case. Then that's
it's a rare condition in this day and age. I felt that because it was rare.
It was a good song. But it ain't that. But see, that's a whole nother podcast topic.
That is. All right, let's get back. All right, I got one more. I do got one more.
Okay, what's up?
Global, not just guts. Global guts.
Do you have it? Listen,
guts. Bro, I don't remember fucking words, but I remember that goddamn fucking beat like a motherfucker, bro.
That might be my number one.
We
talk about the game shows to be featured on. That might be my number one, bro.
Was this on your list?
Yes.
Okay, we can get into it. We can get into it.
Top of my list as far as live action stuff. Oh yeah, top of the list. It was Guts, the aggro crag. Come on,
yeah,
man.
Bro. That's every kid's dream. If you was a '90s kid, you wanted to climb that motherfucker just so you could prove it was easy.
You want to put some Reebok pumps on, pump them up a couple times, and hit that wall up as fast as you can. Like,
I would never watch a documentary on that because I don't want my childhood ruined.
Absolutely.
Every kid on that field was a champion.
They was trash.
Listen, it was trash.
That pissed me off. Like, they couldn't shoot Nerf darts. They couldn't run in moon shoes. They couldn't do shit.
It's like,
this is the simplest shit that I do every day on the playground. What are we doing?
Bro, majority of them kids, they had the blonde hair, the brunette kids, and it was just like, yo, bro, I know y'all got Nerf guns in the crib, bro. This just seemed a little suspicious, bro. Like,
but yeah, that was on my list. If I had to pick, I think my top three would be Guts number one, hands down, number one.
Guts is that is.
Two, even though it's unfair as fuck, had to be Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Man, listen, that shit was look, it was ruined for me. Legends of the Hidden Temple was one of my favorite shows growing up, bro. But then when I found out they was like cheating for some kids, I was like, bro, man, But that shit was hard, bro. That shit was, when you really look at that, was a hard ass game show.
It was a hard game show, and they made it to where the kids would not win. Like, it was always in favor of all Mac in the runners in the temple, like his guards, it was always in favor of them. Like, unless you had a medallion, you had to have like 2 to 3 medallions to make it through unscathed.
Nobody was got. You wasn't getting that lifetime supply of Butterfinger BBs, nigga. I'm sorry. Like, they probably ain't even have one. They's like, bro, ain't nobody winning this shit.
No, Butterfinger BBs,
bro. They showed the commercial every 2 seconds when that show was on, bro. Bar Simpson being a commercial, you better not lay a hand. You better not lay a finger on my Butterfinger. They can't make that commercial these days. They just be like, pause.
Right. So, but yeah, even though it was unfair though, man, I always wanted to be on that show.
I just wanted a T-shirt. They had the craziest T-shirts, bro.
Tag was one of my favorite games to play back in the day. And the final mission in that game wasn't nothing but a glorified game of obstacle course tag. Like, they grab you one time, you was in, you was out. Like, that was it. So I always took it as an advanced level challenge for me. So
that's the main reason why I'm happy I ain't never go on a show like that. because like I'll be fighting for my life because them cats was like legitimately scary to me when I was a kid. Them temple guards. Because they pop out with the mask and shit on, and then they play the crazy music. They be like, like, oh shit! Like, they over here fucking 12-year-olds.
See, for me, I knew it was all fake though. Like, it's a game show. They ain't gonna have no real scary bros on this show that's designed for kids and all that. So I don't know. I had that mindset when I was younger already.
So, I didn't see the world like that. I was like, these niggas are scary.
But yeah,
but I couldn't stop watching. No, I couldn't stop watching it.
Right. Nah, I feel you. I feel you. But my third show, it's a toss up for my third show because it was between Nick Arcade, which was fire, and being a big gamer that I was like, I dominate this shit. But then it also had
MXC.
Crazy. Yo, MXC, listen, you can send me on MXC today. I'm trying to go on that motherfucker today. Like, I'm going to go on the Japanese one. No, I want to be there with the Japanese correspondents. Speaking in English with the voiceovers and all that, like
you gonna be with the samurai suits.
Yes, I want the Spike TV version, 100%.
Bro, that made me not afraid of any Shogun. That show,
that's.
I was like, yo, they clowning too much for me, bro.
That's funny.
They clowning over here, bro. Do you think? All right, so you said Wild and Crazy Kids.
Yeah.
All right. So when I was a kid, I had no idea that was Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother.
Oh, yeah. Omar Gooding. Yeah. It was Omar Gooding. Listen, I remember I seen him on that, and then I seen him on Smart Guy as
he had a career.
With hilarious.
And then
he wound up going gangster and being a hood or pseudo hood in Baby Boy. I'm like, what we doing? What we doing? You went from coaching kids in this little game show on Nickelodeon to now you talk about shooting and busting up the spotlight. Come on now.
He's an actor, but okay.
Yeah, but I would always see him as the host of Wild and Crazy Kids to me, like
if you go, and that's what makes it look even bootier because you know how he was on Wild and Crazy Kids. But that also might be that acting coming out, and because you know how black people got like we got our when we on the phone.
Oh, that
like,
phone voice.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, how you doing, sir?
That corporate voice.
We got everybody has that voice.
Listen, I ain't about to put it out there on screen right now. I might have a job lined up that I need to be going for. Can't be giving away them secrets of that voice on air.
Listen, bro. That voice come in handy, and I feel like that's what either that. But if you go back and watch Baby Boy, he was probably the worst actor in that movie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It was too overdone. It was too overdone.
Snoop was horrible.
But he's not like Snoop at that point. Snoop. But at that point, he was an actor. Oh, and Snoop's bars were way harder.
His bars was harder, but the acting was trash. Bro, I'm not about to be scared of this little string bean nigga laying on the couch with a 1970s blaxploitation curl. Nigga, I can't be scared of that nigga.
Bro, Snoop with the perm was a 5 though. Snoop with the perm was a 5.
Listen,
but you know what though?
Not an intimidating one.
Like Cuba and Baby Boy though, it was like his character was so exaggerated as a gangster. That's what made it kind of like. But the movie's still a masterpiece. But Snoop, at least his lines were funny because when he kicked over old boy's fort,
that was hilarious. But we not about to sit up here and act like you did not just call this movie a masterpiece.
I loved it. You want to know why? Bro, and the message that it was telling, bro, it basically was telling all black men, bro, grow the fuck up. That's why it's a masterpiece to me. By the end of the movie, he was with his family. And instead of having a bad ending like Menace to Society, we all seen that movie, Kane died at the end. Every fucking movie that was made with us, we kill each other or we dying at the end. The reason why Baby Boy will always be a masterpiece, only in my opinion, that motherfucker probably got decent reviews back in the day, was the fact that the lesson at the end of the movie was you had to grow up.
Okay, I fucks with that.
We got that problem. We got that problem in our community.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did get his ass. Yo, And Vin Rames was the cat that was supposed to teach him lessons because he ain't, like his dad was. You ain't noticed the story of Jody for real. Just think about it real hard. No dad.
I get what you're saying. I'm with you. I analyze movies in the same way that you do, and that's I can respect your stance in that regard. But for me, it's not like a masterpiece. I can't call it a masterpiece. I do appreciate the message.
Yeah.
But as far as calling it a masterpiece, nah. Can't do that. But
I do it.
Bro, Ben Race is best person in the movie. Was by far.
I was about to say the only reason why I take stars away is because I had to see Vin Rames' ass cheeks.
I forgot about that. I erased that from my memory.
They try to balance it with Peanuts titties, but like it wasn't enough for me. Like, as soon as I get to that thing, I'm cooking in the kitchen. As soon as I hear that bacon sizzling, scared.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I hear bacon frying. Skip.
Shit made you not want to drink no orange juice no more, didn't it? But okay. So what's some more shows that you rock with? I got my 3 out there, but what would you say?
No, Wild and Crazy Kids. My shit is the same. Guts, Wild and Crazy Kids, and those 2 shows primarily because of the t-shirts were so fire. Now, I don't know if you want to get into it, but there was TV shows and cartoons that I wish I was really part of those world.
Let's get it.
Yo, when I was a kid, I wanted to be Dexter's mom's seat cushion so bad.
Yo, the way she was built was ridiculous.
And
made no sense.
It's the kids who didn't understand, I understand fully what those creators were doing.
Oh yeah, they knew what they was doing. They knew exactly.
Bro, there's an episode where Dexter rides on her ass, dog.
I remember that.
That shit was out there. I was like, bro, this is a kid show, and usually I see things like this in JC videos. What's going on here?
Facts. Okay, so who would you take between Dexter's mom and the mayor's assistant from Powerpuff Girls?
Dexter's mom.
You take a Dexter's mom?
Yeah, because the mayor's wife from Powerpuff Girls don't look like she could cook. Dexter's mom stay with the apron and the gloves off, bro, with the rub. Are you crazy?
No, that's the wildest stance.
You got to. I think with logic, brother. I think with logic.
Yo,
have you ever seen it? She always ordering food for the mayor. She don't ever cook that nigga no meals.
Was that cooking, or was she washing dishes all the time?
Bro, she was washing dishes. She had dinner on the table looking crazy. Dexter used to tear it up. The whole family munching. They didn't even appreciate her in like half of the episodes. They over there bashing big ass stacks of pancakes and shit. Like, you the motherfuckers go. Remember, they used to take the fork in the cartoon, take the whole shit, put it in all 10 of them pancakes. Don't nobody eat 10 pancakes, but cartoons did.
Listen, cartoons, the over exaggeration of everything be making
so amazing.
Be making you so angry. Like, I wish I could eat the way they eat. Like, the meal, the presentation, everything they put on the table. I'm like, I want it all.
Bro, butter don't ever look that perfectly squared.
Ever. It don't rip down the side of anything the way that. Yo, the animation, kudos to the animators, because y'all did y'all's thing with that one. But
y'all the reason why we're toxic now. Thank you.
Dang, what cartoon? See, for me, mine ain't due to like Dexter's mom and nothing like that, but I always want to be on Rocket Power. Like that was
Rocket Power was fire.
When I was in my extreme sports phase, which
I like skateboarding.
Yeah, see, I was in line and BMX skateboard. I can never really rock with the skateboard. But
I was terrible at it. I had a cousin named CJ that used to ride skateboards. He was cold. I just played Tony Hawk, and then I just tried to ride a skateboard.
Listen,
that's why I was introduced to it.
That's what got me and my boys into it back in the day. Tony Hawk. Like Tony Hawk's probably one of the most influential games, or even just any piece of media to my life in my early stages. Like I thought I was going to the X Games because Tony Hawk. Like I was like, oh, I can do this.
Bro,
Nobody doing this shit either. Are we gonna be the first?
I ain't gonna lie. I was happy to see that there was a brother on Tony Kareem Campbell. I would never forget it. He had some cold ass videos on there. He was a respectable skater, and he made that shit look cool. Really I'm not gonna lie. Really Tony Hawk was sweet, like he was cold, but like Kareem made that shit look cool. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, he was just smooth with it. Even his animations in game was smooth. Like, I don't know how they did it, but you could tell he had a lot more swagger than like Bucky Lassick or Bob Burnquist. And
Bucky Lassick, bro, he was a top competitor too back in the day.
Bucky was my boy. Burt, he was a Burt guy back in the day. Like,
shout out to video games. But if I had to be like, and all right, all jokes aside, because like the Dexter's just cushion, you know, I would like to be. As a kid, I always wanted to have a lab like Dexter. I always wanted to be smart like him, and then be able to build shit like that. Because like, if he got beat up at school or something poo happened, he would just go to his lab and then build the most ridiculous shit that would probably kill like it would mass murder like everybody in the school. But he would just go up there and shoot dodgeballs out of like a mech suit and just start like running fades on everybody. And like I was like, yo, bro, I'd rather be Dexter than anybody I'm seeing on TV right now, because Kurt is cool, but he ain't running fades like Dexter was running fades, bro. Dexter will get. There was no punking this nerd cat, bro. He made nerd like cool, bro. For real.
That man built a whole Megazord for him and his family. A whole Megazord.
My man made a time loop
in Japan. Why did you know this was happening? Why did you just have a Megazord on standby? Like,
dog, like
Dexter was big brain and everything back in the day.
Bro, we see what happened when he got an adult though. Like the film was like super dark. You remember the movie?
Yeah.
But Mandar like actually took over, and then it was like the end of the world and shit. Like, bro, that shit was dark as hell, and I need to find a copy of that shit ASAP. That shit was fire.
Give me like 5-10 minutes after the show. I might be able to locate it.
That shit was fire, bro.
I got you. But yeah.
So what shows? If there was a cartoon world that you could be, let's say, man, because since I picked Dexter, like a man character, and we're not talking like, let's not talk like superhero shit because that's too easy. We could do a whole episode of that shit.
Keeping it with the realm of cartoons.
Yeah, now, like Americanized cartoons.
I do have to ask this question.
Yeah.
If I am in that world, do I obtain like those cartoonish abilities that take place?
That's why I told you, like, bro, I want to be smart and have all that shit. Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm just making sure. Ooh. You know, SpongeBob might be the play.
Actually, OP.
SpongeBob, the world of SpongeBob, Bikini Bottom and shit, that might be the play.
The only one I could tuck SpongeBob in that world is what's his name, bro?
Doodleball.
Doodleball was foul, bro.
Doodleball was foul.
The reason why Doodleball was OP is because when they thought they killed him, he had like just a little arm left and then drew himself back. Bro, that shit is terrifying, bro. I don't ever want to find a nigga that can draw himself back to life. Like, dog.
I mean, you gotta understand though. That's the trope with anime nowadays and cartoons. You leave a little molecule of me remaining, I ain't gonna do nothing. Come right back.
Kid booing that shit.
Right. So
fucking SpongeBob though. SpongeBob's a good pick. You wanna know why too?
Either that or Looney Tunes.
Yeah, because they're all invincible in Looney Tunes.
Like that literally sets the standard for outrageous cartoon antics. Like,
scientists out there, create something that'll make human beings like Wile E. Coyote, because that nigga survives everything.
Well, between him and Tom,
Bro,
Him and
Tom be getting tucked. Bro, they were taking like axes to the head, bro. Like, I'm like, oh shit. All he got is a knot. I was like, he's strong as hell.
Listen, but yeah, I might. It's for me. It's between SpongeBob and Looney Tunes. Just
Looney Tunes was
the
a good
imagination just will run wild, and what I do in the world.
Who's your favorite Looney Tune ever?
Ever?
Yeah, like of all the characters, your favorite one.
It's a tie. It's a tie. It's a tie for me. I don't have it. It's between Taz and Marvin the Martian.
I got two too. Mine's is Foghorn Leghorn.
I say that.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn was that dude. Okay.
And Yosemite Sam, because he was always quick to run. He was always quick to run the fade.
He was always about that smoke. Yeah, he was about that.
He ain't have aim for shit.
He pull out the strap on you real quick.
He was like Danny DeVito and It's Always Sunny. And then I just started blasting every situation.
Didn't hit nothing.
Bro, ain't hit nothing.
Supposed to hit.
Bro,
the first two dudes at the beginning of the Boondocks episode when they just point blank range. That's him. His aim is trash.
Well, I know you remember one of the first episodes he ever came in when he walked into that damn saloon. But when he walked in shooting the ceiling like that was how he was greeting people, bro.
Sir, that shit.
But Taz was, man, Taz's show in the 90s was the craziest underrated show. I wish it would have won more seasons. Yeah,
Tasmania was great.
Like Steven Spielberg was doing some crazy shit with the Warner Brother characters at the time because he was doing Animaniacs, Freakazoid, which fuck you Cartoon Network for ending Freakazoid after what was it, 2 seasons? Yo, dog, we ain't tell you to do that shit, bro. Like we ain't start watching that shit. Yo.
Bugs was reckless. Bugs was reckless.
It was canceling shows we love, man. Like, but you know what I think it was, though? I think Stephen wanted too much money. Yeah, he was making like 5 or 6 hits at once, bro. Like, nah, y'all got to give me like $50 million now. And it's like the 90s. They probably like, bro, you tripping. Steve was getting money at that. Yeah, Steve was getting money in the 90s.
Yo, he was getting bread. Like, the amount of stuff that he had his hand in. Was nuts. In the 90s, his run through the 90s his input was on everything. Like, yeah, so I can see that. But yeah, Freakazoid was fire. Freakazoid was, and the theme song was great. But listen, we can't the theme songs. We be here for 2 hours talking about just the theme songs alone and all that.
Runs around in underwear. Freakazoid.
The cartoon I love to be a part of was probably Reboot.
Reboot was crazy. It was crazy for its time. It does suck when you look back at it now. It was horrible. When you look at it,
was watching the episode of it.
It was 19. Before we started this. Dog, it was 19. It was 1995, bro. You remember how bad everything looked? Okay. Oh no,
it was cool. The show
I got something. I got something that everybody forgot. I swear, I'm about to buy. I gotta buy an original. I found out like a few years ago that it's actually a Japanese. It's actually a Japanese manga, but they changed everything. Kind of how like Power Rangers has. They were like, what were they? Super Sentai, and they were like actual samurais and shit in the live action over there. Like, and then like it was crazy because their storyline is way better. Like the Green Ranger and the Red Ranger, like brothers. Yeah. But little known fact, let's go into just a little bit of history. So Saban and you remember Deke.
Yeah.
Deke was created for the sole purpose because the owner of Saban and the owner of Deke had mad beef behind closed doors, and he literally started the company and started buying like shit from overseas. And then replace the footage. Tim Curry, I'll give you a hint. Tim Curry was the main villain of this. That's the only hint I'll give you.
What's that show? I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it. I know what you're talking about.
And the main character looked crazy cold.
What was the name of that show?
Tim Curry. That's the only thing I'm gonna give you.
What was the name of that show? You can go ahead and tell me because I'm not gonna remember the name of it right now. But I know what you're talking about.
Superhuman Samurai.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the Cyber Squad. And the Cyber Squad.
I had I legit had the toys.
I
had the pillow because it was Superhuman Samurai. And then they also did I think later on down the road they did a show called VR Troopers.
VR Troopers was called
like the
I think that was Saban too. I think that was Saban because Saban went on a crazy run.
Americanized version of Superhero Samurai. Superhero Samurai started out overseas like Power Rangers stuff.
They got like graphic like ass animes of because it's called I forgot what it was called and I don't know if it's Ultraman or it's something like I think it's Ultraman and I like we know Astro Boys like it's an anime from like the 70s but like I've always heard the name Ultraman but like I never knew it was the same person as the Superhuman Samurai in America but I had to and it was actually kind of crazy like the toys. They like I think it was Playmates. All they were doing was buying what was over in Japan because that shit was like mad cheap, getting it shipped over, and all they did was swap the boxes, and they would resell them for a higher price in the US. Like I went on a deep dive on Superhuman Samurai because I've been looking for the action figures, because I want to get one that's like with the box still,
right,
bro. If I had the first set that came over, and I'll never forget it. I don't know how, I don't know why, but my mom bought that shit at Burlington Coat Factory because Burlington Coat Factory was lit as fuck in the 90s. I ain't gonna lie.
Everything in the 90s.
Everything.
90s and early 2000s, you can find everything on the low.
She got me that Superhuman Samurai for like $5. Still in the box. Shit was like you open that shit, you remember like he had like different like the armor thing you could throw over him and shit.
Put on and all that.
Bro, today, right? If I would have kept that shit as an adult, them shits is going for $250 to $300 right now. That shit was $5 at Burlington Coat Factory in like 1995, bro.
That's not bad. But again, as a kid, you don't understand the value of stuff. You don't understand collecting and this might be worth something someday, especially with shows that aren't necessarily super popular like that. Yeah. Like that's got like a cult following. Like you say Superhuman Samurai, people gonna look at you like you're crazy unless you actually seen it, know about it. So
think about what I just said though, like that story about the rivalry and the fact that they had Tim Curry voice the main villain. Tim Curry had to be fucking expensive as shit at that time. Yeah. That's some petty ass beef, bro. Like, bro, I'm gonna go out my way. I'm gonna hire Tim Curry.
Yeah, because he was coming off of what was he coming off of at the time? Rocky Horror, I think.
No, this is early 90s. So I think it was was it Legend? No, Legend was a little earlier too.
Earlier than that.
Clue. Was it Clue? What year did Clue come out? He was on a run, bro. It might have been it. It might have been it because I think it was 91, 92. I think
it was it.
And that was like 2 years after the fact. Like now, because like, bro, Tim Curry is like the whole 70s to 1990, like 9 for real. Because it's like his last movie that I remember that was like big Hollywood was Scary Movie 2.
Yeah.
And he was because he was the pervert dude.
Yeah,
Clue came out. So it had to be Clue as the last one though, because I don't remember anything before that. Because like in terms of like that was current.
Yeah,
let me see.
So I think you're right.
But yeah, he was just coming off of a run, and they got Tim Curry to like literally voice this cat, bro. That shit was wild.
Yeah, but
Deke had a little run.
Deke did have a little run. Deke had a little run, especially when they started being featured on Fox Family and all that. They wound up picking up all their shows and stuff. So Deke did that thing. But I mean, Saban had Power Rangers. Like you can't.
You can't be Power Rangers.
You can't compete with it.
Niggas had like
Power Rangers is literally like the equivalent to Pokemon. Like it's hard to compete with that,
bro. Especially because like the thing about it is only people like us think about Superhuman Samurai like at our age. Everybody still talks about Power Rangers. because it wasn't just like you ain't have to be a nerd to like Power Rangers. You just had to like fighting.
You had to like fighting. That made me want to do karate until I realized that karate was nothing like being a Power Ranger. And I was like, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't get a morpher at the end of all this. I don't get a super suit. Like, no,
bro. Dog, can we talk about Can we talk about how we really thought that them Power Ranger suits were real armor? Them shits was straight like fucking silk.
Listen,
they was getting smacked with some linen, and that shit was sparking, bro.
Though, as a kid, that this suit wasn't gonna protect me from everything, bro. Like, and it's so bad that I was so
come up with a gun. It was a rat.
Right? No, because they had guns. They had blast.
Oh yeah,
and they didn't work. Like they hit you, sparks will fly off. You go flying and all that. It protected you.
The kids was rocking pajamas, bro, with plastic helmets, and we thought that shit was the ultimate armor.
The dead giveaway to these suits ain't being shit should have been the fact that in the original Power Rangers, the motherfucking helmets had lips. They had lips that didn't move. Like, why does this helmet have built-in lips?
He was trying to make the humans comfortable, bro. These are alien powers.
Yeah, man. But
Green Ranger was the coldest. I don't care what nobody say, bro.
Tommy, the damn goat. Yeah, Tommy was the goat. Every Ranger he was fire. But let's switch topics for a minute. Like I said, because we gotta move along.
Yeah, my bad.
Nah, you can listen. We could talk for forever about this shit. But like I said, I got a would you rather for you. I'm curious to see what you would say about it. So, would you rather is in relation to kind of the two networks we were just talking about, Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, would you rather give up everything that has ever aired on Nickelodeon and erase that from history, or give up everything that has ever aired on Cartoon Network and erase that network from history? Which one would you keep out of them two networks?
And we talk about everything included, Nick at Night.
Yes, everything
Saturday night with Nick,
that aired on that network.
Tsunami, Adult Swim. Nah, bro, I'm taking Cartoon Network all day. You crazy as hell? The fuck? Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. You thought that was gonna hesitate, didn't you? No.
I was curious. Bro,
I'm gonna name a cartoon that they ain't show not one picture. They never get the love I feel like they deserve. But two stupid fucking dogs, bro. I would never want to live without that show, bro.
Listen, it wasn't about stupid dogs for me. It was about Secret Squirrel. It was
Secret Squirrel, bro. Morocco Mole.
No, that was my shit from there.
Bro, is that racist now? Morocco Mole.
Probably.
Bro, I miss the 90s.
No, does not exist anymore. Like, nobody know unless you grew up watching that show. You don't know what that show is.
The only way you can watch it right now, they do, and this ain't no plug. We don't get paid by Amazon or nothing, but it is. You can buy it on Amazon Prime, and I'm probably gonna do it, bro.
Amazon, if y'all watching, if y'all need somebody that y'all can sponsor, we volunteer ourselves. We be down for that. But see, initially
we'll plug everything in.
For me, it was I had to think about it at first, and then a buddy of mine, because I talked to him about it, and he was like, "Tsunami," and I'm like, "You're right. I can't give up Tsunami. That introduced me to anime. Like I can't give that up.
Dragon Ball trumps anything Nickelodeon dished out, bro. That's a fact. To be honest, man, a lot of that shit when he was playing Inuyasha, bro. But think that everything.
I can't give up Inuyasha just for the first four endings alone. Like them motherfuckers woke me up out my sleep to put me back to sleep.
They too fire, man.
They were like,
and we talking even with today's shit. Them even though people are mad at I think is it Justin Roland who the bad who the one was kidnapping their hoes and locking them in basements and shit. Rick and Morty. Dan Harmon and Justin Rutler, like one of them just got in trouble. So now the show, like Rick's voice is by somebody else now. And the sound, you can tell, but the dude's voice ain't bad, but it's like, bro, like without both writers and actors, I'm cool. I'm cool on Rick and Morty from here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really like a cancel because the dude was never convicted of what they said he did. And a lot of people do lie on people and there's got to be some type of evidence or whatever, because you talk about locking somebody up, that's kidnapping. I feel like you would have been in prison for a long time. But Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Rick and Morty, at least season 1 through 4, was some of the best television in terms of comedy on Adult Swim I've seen in years, bro. Like where that shit was making me laugh every 5 seconds. Nickelodeon, if they were to have an adult section, their adult section was Nick at Night. It ain't good enough for me. I can watch that shit on TV Land.
Okay.
What else did they got?
Well, no. That's the thing.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Ain't doing it for me. I love it.
If you eliminate that network, those shows never existed. You can't watch them on any other network. It's everything that ever aired.
Yeah, I'm cool
on that network.
Batman the animated series.
That was Nickelodeon.
No, it was Cartoon Network. WB. It was bro. Animaniacs. Okay, hold on.
It's also on Nickelodeon, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on. Let's look this up. I'm pretty sure. No, I'm telling you, I was a cable kid. My grandma had the TV guys, bro. Because you know how grandparents used to do it back in the day. They had a new box every other month because they were switching companies, bro.
Hold on, I'm pretty sure.
You had to memorize channels on everything. What channel?
It came on Fox as well, but shows wound up getting converted over to other networks and stuff too.
Yeah, let's go originally.
I'm pretty sure Animaniacs was Nickelodeon, bro. I'm pretty sure Animaniacs was Nickelodeon because I remember.
That says Fox Kids. We're both wrong.
They were Fox. They never aired on Nickelodeon.
It just says, it says Fox Kids September 5th, 1992. So that's probably why I don't remember it, because they did air it on Cartoon Network, but it might have been reruns. But I think you might be right, but I swear it was on Nickelodeon like later on. And let's see if they switched the licensings. Oh, wait, because there's 2 of them that come up. This is what I want to look at. This is crazy. It was Fox Kids? No way.
Hey, was it never? So Animaniacs was also Fox? Am I wilding?
They might be right because, dude, why don't I remember seeing this on Cartoon Network, though?
I think you're thinking about a different Batman series. Because, Batman Beyond was Cartoon Network. I think pretty much.
I thought that was WB Kids.
Batman Beyond? I remember Batman Beyond did Cartoon Network for a minute. I do remember that.
Batman, the animated series.
Let's see. Bro, this is
like it, bro. This is that
Animaniacs Adventures was
bro.
Also Fox Kids.
Okay. I'm telling you, this is that Mandela effect shit, bro. I'm telling you, dog. That Mandela effect shit is real.
Listen, I could have swore it was Nickelodeon. Okay, well, never mind. I don't feel so bad anymore. Because Batman was killing me. Because I remember I used to hate that hour block because they would show either Batman, then Animaniacs, or Animaniacs, then Batman. And the only way to know which one was coming on is you had to watch that water tower. And if that came over and that smoke crept in, you knew it was Batman.
It had 2 seasons on WB Kids, and I think that's what I'm remembering.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm remembering because I remember the Warner Brothers logo, and they had it like color, like 90s colors, like purple and fucking weird shit. It didn't look like the regular WB logo when that shit would pop up.
Okay, the WB Kids one, because it was more,
it
was more bubbled out and stuff like up in the corner, and then like it had the smaller Fox or the kids image on the bottom corner of the WB logo and all that. So yeah, I know what you're talking
about. In my reality, in my simulation, I still remember Cartoon Network.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. We appreciate that. We appreciate that, JB. We appreciate that.
That is crazy to think about. I was just looking at that shit, bro. It never aired on either one of them. It was just on Fox. It was on Fox Kids and then WB Kids. But my grandma did have because what was that? The actual channel wasn't like Warner Brothers Kids. It was like Warner Brothers Kids would air at certain times on there. I remember after school and then on Saturdays.
Pretty sure it was Fox. I think Fox.
It was the Fox network.
I think they were partnered with Fox or something like that. Fox owned.
Nah, but they had a split. They had a split because it was called. It was called C. It started with was it the CW?
The CW,
like the original CW, like it was called something else, but it was like
it was UPN before it was CW.
Oh my god, UGN. Yeah, that's what it was. That's where WB Kids was on. Because I remember they had a weird show that. Another one. I'm sorry, this is the last one. I promise. Yeah. Do y'all remember a show called Project Geeker? Nobody remembers that shit, bro. You were probably the only person I ever recognized it.
CW head. Listen, you probably don't remember this. They had a dance show that was called Dance 360 that came on there that was hosted by Fredro Starr and Kel Mitchell.
I do remember that, but I couldn't remember the name of that shit, bro. It was like the Masters. Yeah, because it wasn't on that long, right?
Nah, it only had like one.
It was like
it was supposed to be like a hip hop version of like Soul Train almost and all that. And they bring people in, have a little dance competition, and all that. It was hilarious.
Fredro Starr and Kel Mitchell together is like the pair I didn't know I needed.
But,
you excited for Good Burger 2?
What's up?
You excited for Good Burger 2? Speaking of Kel Mitchell.
Yeah. I'll tell you why. Good Burger is one of my all-time favorite movies. Facts. I can quote that movie start to finish.
Oh, the writing was genius in there, and like the funny thing is, Kel's writing was so genius it was dumb. Like the shit he was saying would we as a kid, it was kind of hard to get a lot of the shit that he was like saying, like how stupid it was. Like the dialogue was written so perfectly.
Oh yeah,
I would never forget when Kirk runs him over the car.
Yo, I was just thinking about that part,
bro. He gets in the car with him. He was like, "Yo," he said, "Yo, what's up?" He said, "Hi, I'm Ed." He said, no. He said, "Yo, I'm Kirk." He said, "I'm Ed." He said, "I'm O'Hare." He said, "Man, you said your name was Kirk."
Listen, yo, yeah, that is. You want to talk about a masterpiece? That is a masterpiece.
That is a masterpiece.
Now, that's the true masterpiece. Like,
bro, Marcus Houston at the beginning with the twisties.
Yo, when that man hopped out the car and he took off down the street. Hold on, let's talk about the brilliant performance that Sinbad gave.
Dog, my afro, my afro. Oh. Brother Reed, you done messed up my afro.
It's one of the greatest movies ever made, bro. I will defend that shit to the death,
bro. The George Clinton dance. I don't even like. I'm not a fan of like musicals or like dancing in movies and shit because I'm like I don't know like a fucking antisocial bastard. I guess like it just always bothered me. It feels like Medea films, like the old plays. I fucking hated the 10-minute gospel sessions that would happen in them because I just wanted to get back to the story. I don't need you to sing it to me for 10 minutes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Disney was the only thing I messed with it because, one of the greatest songs of all time is Be Prepared by Scar. I'm sorry.
Listen.
It taught me to be prepared.
Listen, Disney songs back in the day, bro, was just
fire.
So
it was fine, bro. Robin Williams as a genie was over there spitting bars.
Yeah, like I said, that's another episode also.
Yeah. All jokes aside though, but all real, bro. That We have some memories.
Oh yeah, we definitely had some memories. So, but let's jump into this last topic real quick. So I don't know about you, but me, growing up and things like that, um, me being a nerd was so much of like an anomaly in my household and just misunderstood because it was like I was the only one that was into the things I was into. So it was hard for like my mom to understand, or even like my little brother when we were super young to understand, like, oh, why are you this black dude who walking around listening to K-pop, you listening to video game soundtracks, you reading manga, watching anime, we be walking through Kroger, and this is back when Shonen Jump had just got started. So, we walking through, I naturally gravitate to the little catalog section, the little magazine section, which I don't even think grocery stores and stuff have anymore. That should tell you how old I am.
It's all online now.
Yeah, but so I'm grabbing the Shonen Jump, and I'm getting weird looks, not only from my mom, but like even the cashier ringing me out, like, what you doing with this? Like,
we used to have to go to what's that place in the mall, Camelot.
Okay.
Camelot, remember, because they had all the anime tapes. They had all the anime tapes back in the day.
We had FYE in the mall that had all that.
That was Camelot before. Okay. It was Camelot before FYE, yeah.
Okay. And then we also had a spot, Media Play. I don't know if y'all had Media Play up there. Media Play was the greatest store for anything anime or video game related. Like, Media Play was the first place that I think it's the only place I ever seen back in the day. I want to say it was Sega. It was either Sega or it was the Sega Saturn. They had a ring. It was like an octagon style controller peripheral that you would plug in, put on the ground, and you would literally stand inside of it. And like you would throw a punch.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Translate. I'm glad you understand.
It was VR before. I remember the commercials.
Yes.
And it was like VR before VR.
Bro, nobody I talk to knows what I be talking about. They be like, "You made that up." Nah, dog. I played it in Media Play. Like I think they had Virtual Fighter for it. Didn't work for shit.
Nah, because it was lasers surrounding, and it was off of you, like where you swung on the lasers or some shit like that, and it was like mad inaccurate. I remember that shit.
Yeah, because if you ain't had the right lighting, like the light would interfere with the laser and the sensor and all that. It was bad. I think they tried to incorporate like light gun technology into it, and it just did not translate well. It was bad.
How far we've come,
right? But kind of getting back to it though, like, would you say that you were accepted, or were you ever looked at strange because of your interest in the world of geekdom or nerdom, as we would say?
Yes and no. It just depends on who I was around, honestly. If I was with my mom, my mom embraced all of this shit because she wanted me to have like every event, because that's one thing that I'll say, like, especially if you ever grew up in the hood, like even just lower income, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing in the 90s, things weren't so expensive, so getting a pack of cards or whatever, as long as it was keeping you out of trouble, my mom was all for it. So she couldn't afford to get me games all the time. I used to just fucking try to do cut people grass, all types of shit, so I could get video games, or just pray that my grandpa was coming from Kansas City one year. Just lay it on me, grandpa. And then like so birthdays and Christmases was like the shit for me, because I would be like, yo, don't get me nothing else, just get me this game. If we can't afford nothing else, mom, just please get me this game. Mm-hmm. And my mom would make sure that that if that's what I wanted, she would do it for me. And she was very encouraging, because she knew it kept me out of trouble for like all the people I would hang out with. Like, I hang out with the best people, but I hung out with everybody.
Right.
So I was exposed to a lot of shit, I grew up a hip hop head, but you see in the background, nigga, I got a Charizard like a motherfucker, and I'm not embarrassed at all.
Right.
I say now when I got to like my grandmother's, like where my father stayed, I would get weird looks carrying around Pokemon cards, and I used to take care of my shit, had binders and shit, bro.
Oh yeah.
And I used to carry them everywhere, but they didn't get it, man. Like cats in the neighborhood would try to pick fights with me because I would walk around with a Pokemon binder. They the same age as me, but they over there like getting the wild shit because they didn't have like no type of structure. Like I ain't have that much at where my pop stayed at, but like my mom made sure I was exposed to like everything that was able to keep me out of trouble. Nerd shit was that shit. But I was obsessed at a very young age though. Like now when I got to my teenage years, bro, you start getting into girls and all this other shit. I wasn't really thinking about like a lot of shit at the time, but like anytime I would be in a relationship and I would start getting into collecting or whatever, I would get weird looks, and she'd be like, "Oh, why you do that? Like, shit seem gay." Or, but women always want to call something gay, but it's just a hobby. I love doing this shit, and I don't. And I feel like if you're a nerd, you're not bothering anybody with your fucking your hobby at all.
At all.
So, the fucked up thing is like the same kids from like the old neighborhood that would try to roast or even try to fight over. Just me being into this shit or having a Goku shirt or whatever. The same cats you'll run into them today, and they into the Marvel movies. They into to Dragon Ball because now it's on a global level, and I should be
socially
better.
accepted.
Yeah, now it's socially accepted. You would think I would be better, but nah, I'm happy that it's finally cool to be us. Yeah. And I think a lot of the problem came from like especially when it comes from like the Black community is the image that we had of a nerd was Steve Urkel, and that he's the ultimate cornball.
Right.
And so it didn't look cool. Like we all rooted for Steve because you got to think about his character. You feel bad for him because he's super smart and he should be the guy that every girl goes after, but he always he got played until the very end. And to be honest, Family Matters had a very he got her at the end.
He did get her at the end, but like I feel like she ain't deserving.
No,
I was always like she ain't deserving. He had to transform into a whole nother person that was acceptable by society, that was cool, that was this good looking brother and all that, for you to even give him the time of day.
So think about the lessons. Think about the lessons of the show.
Yeah, no,
Laura dated a bunch of cats that used her, like broke her heart. Steve was always there to pick up the pieces, right?
Laura, but when Steve, one of the most trash characters in the history of television, bro, I will say it.
She didn't give a shit about Steve until he was going to space.
Yep.
So
I definitely, I think any nerd growing up like that resonated with Steve Urkel.
Steve was, but Steve as a character, you have to break it down to. He went through all that shit and still loved the things that he loved, and that's why I love that character and I hated him at the same time, only because he made it very hard for cats like us around all people to be accepted.
Right.
Now I'm with my soon-to-be wife now. She is into the same, bro. She got me watching 500. Bro, I've been putting off One Piece for the longest time, bro. It's 1,000 episodes. I did 1,000 episodes of Naruto, bro. I thought I was gonna die.
Listen, One Piece is the greatest anime of all time.
Listen,
greatest anime of all time. Listen. I got the straw hat on my arm. Greatest anime ever.
Listen, I believe y'all. But when you ain't get to like, bro, what turned me off from One Piece was the 4Kids version was the first one I seen, and that nigga Sanji was sucking on a lollipop, bro.
Fair.
That nigga said,
"The only
want to fight?" Like, nigga, what is with this anime, bro?
The only redeeming thing about the 4Kids version was the opening. I don't care. The opening was hilarious. And because of that, it inspired.
It's what made me watch that intro is what made me watch the show in the first place. I ain't gonna lie, because I was like, oh shit, what the fuck is this? When he first put that shit on the Fox joint, the 4Kids joint.
Yeah.
But like I said, my grades differ. I have a very different, like, it's not, I don't think the anime is the greatest, but my favorite manga of all time, you probably can't see it now, but if you don't recognize all of the black and red books, Berserk.
Okay, it's hard to see them, and they kind of got the same kind of spine as the Walking Dead series.
Yeah,
very similar.
They be going crazy. They be going crazy places, but that's not the reason why. Like One Piece, I'm starting to fall in love with it because I'm in the 400s now. At the beginning, I was kind of like, "Oh my god, this shit getting dragged the fuck out," and I felt like Naruto. Like Naruto, when I say I was binge watching it because I couldn't stop with the story, but the fillers were killing me, bro. They were killing me. And the one thing that I hated was not having the list of episodes through One Piece to skip to, because they would literally play for 15 episodes the same exact shit they showed in like season 1, but it's the episode by episode. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But that's my only problem with the show. But I do love the show, and I think it's a top 10er. I have to finish it for me to give that last opinion.
Once you get 500 and beyond, you understand why.
I hate that y'all keep saying that to me, man.
You understand why I say this is my favorite anime of all time. Since you understand, I started it though when it first came out. Like I started reading the manga
before it was cool.
First released. Yeah, like that's how deep this I am. So, but yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
Mihawk. Hawkeye Mihawk.
Okay. Mine's is Buggy.
Buggy? Okay,
Buggy and like Zoro, because Zoro be
Roanoke was the realest, probably the realest right hand ever.
Bro, when he took that damn
we can't spoil it for the people out there who ain't seen it.
Bro. I don't want to hear that from One Piece fans. Y'all spoil everything. Y'all be like, yo, I can't wait to tell you. Hold on, let me tell you now.
Don't say y'all. Anybody I ever put on the One Piece will tell you I don't spoil shit.
Bro, my girl be thirsty to tell me some shit, bro. She loves it.
Listen, I'll be begging people to get to that point so we can talk, but I'm not gonna spoil that for you because I want you to be I want you to feel it the way I did. So
yeah, but my favorite manga is that I think greatest anime of all time. I ain't gonna cap, bro. Might have to be you, bro.
Yu Hakusho?
Bro.
That's my number 2.
The bar is I don't care if it's a girl. What do you say? A girl, old lady, or a kid? I'll punch them all night, bro. I was like, yo, it's because you know what what it was. I'm a huge Vegeta fan, and Yusuke is basically fucking Vegeta, like in terms of the cockiness and like the, you know what I mean, like the way he be talking shit. He's that, but he's like running fades from the beginning. Yeah. And Vegeta was running fades, but he was also not beating any big like villains like at the beginning. Like we finally got the granola fight, which was dope because you know Granola wished to be the strongest in the universe, and he literally, and Vegeta pushed him to the point where he was about to make him commit suicide to beat Vegeta. Like, I put that moment, I tatted that moment on my arm. I tatted it on my arm the first time he goes Ultra Ego, and Vegeta's my favorite anime character, but my favorite anime was probably Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, I respect Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho. If One Piece didn't exist, Yu Yu Hakusho would be.
I have to finish. Look, and that could change. That could change for me. Yeah. Right now, I'm fucking hooked to One Piece, and that was a thing that people would be embarrassed of, like in the anime world. Like if you liked One Piece, he was like considered trash in like the early, like the late 90s, early 2000s, because people only remember that 4Kids version. You was like, yo, man, that shit was corny as hell, man. You had Sanji sucking on a lollipop, like what the fuck, like yo, you know what I mean? Like it just censorship is what ruined it.
Yeah, it was a horrible introduction. It was a horrible stateside introduction because of censorship.
Fast forward 15 years later, I watched the first few episodes, and it did take me a while. I got to episode like 250, and I stopped for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I work a lot. We do a lot of shit. But I believe you.
Okay.
One Piece fans out there, you don't have to when next time you see me at a con, you don't have to fucking talk my ear off for 500 fucking minutes about how great One Piece is. I believe y'all now. I see it.
I got you.
But I gotta let me finish the shit. Y'all done told me about Prison Buggy. As soon as you tell them who your favorite character is, oh, yo, you know what happens later on? Like,
stop. I'm not gonna do that. Nope. I'm gonna let you get there. And then we'll talk. We'll wrap once you get progressed through it. Now that I know you watching it, oh yeah, we'll definitely.
I'm on like 420. I'm on 423 right now.
Okay. But
423.
But yeah, just real quick, just to kind of touch before we wrap this thing up, though. But kind of going back to what you were saying, like how your mom was very, supportive. And mine definitely was too. She did everything she could as far as if it was something I showed an interest in, she would definitely support it. I think for me, it was one of the things where like she would support it, but she didn't necessarily understand it or where did that interest come from? And I think that was the biggest part of the confusion. Is like nobody else that we know, interact with, or anything like that is into these things. So where did these interests stem from? And the fact that she couldn't figure that out, I think that just led to, okay, this is what he's into. And then later on down the road, she just was like, okay, you really are serious about this. This isn't just a trend. This is a part of who you are.
I got a question for you. Were you a kid when you were growing up? Were you a kid that like when your cousins was over, you would rather be in your room than playing video games and keeping your collectibles safe?
Yeah, and the thing is, I didn't grow up with cousins. I had like some stepbrothers and stuff. I had friends in the neighborhood and stuff like that. But like when like my stepbrothers and stuff would come over, oh yeah, like it was either okay, we're gonna play outside, so you don't mess my stuff up because they was destructive. So I was like, I don't really want y'all playing my games and all that. So we're gonna go outside. There's a whole playground out back. Let's go swing. Let's go make up some stuff we can do outside. We got extra bikes in the shed. Let's do that outside. But like, so when they came over, oh yeah, I'll definitely turn into that. Nah, this is mine. Can't touch it. Mine.
No, and it ain't being selfish, man. Like I tell people
I took
like
care of my shit, and like if I seen that you weren't gonna take care of it the same way that I took care of it,
I ain't gonna lie. I try to teach my kids that too. Like, like I hate those parents you come across like when you try to take your kids to a park or something. And it's like, if it's their personal toys, like, I don't think they should have to share what's theirs. Right. If it's already in their hand, and they're playing with it, like, and a kid is crying that they want it, I don't care. Because like, I don't know your kids. And I feel like a lot of parents who try to teach that sharing shit is like, bro, that's exactly why people grow to get taken advantage of, punked and bullied. Nah, learn how to say no sometimes. I want to teach my kids to say no to shit. Absolutely. So they have dignity and self-respect, and their shit can remain good. And that's why I wanted to ask you that, because I figured you would have had some shit, and I feel like that's how I was. And I hated people. Bro, you touching my controllers wrong. Bro, when these motherfuckers want to play video games, and then they ain't wash their hands, and they got all types of jelly and fucking ketchup and shit all over they bro, you remember how we would, especially we boys, bro. So you ain't washing your hands the way you supposed to as a little kid. Like your mama ain't teaching you like my mama because you a regular kid. Like I'm a nerd, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie. The way I wash my hands when I'm playing outside versus the way I wash my hands when I'm about to play with my Game Boy or my 64 or something, completely different. I'm in that bathroom washing for a good 2 to 3 minutes, so up to the elbow. Like
your cousins, stepbrothers, whatever, bro. You go see what they controllers look like, and they shit crunching. They shit sticky.
That gray is brown now. It's like whoa.
They thumb at back in the day. PlayStation used to call them analog sticks, but the thumbsticks. I knew you ain't take care of your shit. If your shit was ripped off, like nah, nigga, you ain't touching my shit, bro. You be putting your jerk off things on your thumbsticks.
If you had an N64 and your little C stick was leaning like this.
Yo, you ain't touching my shit, bro. You one of them cats that go like this.
Yo, you not. No. Every game ain't track and field. We ain't gonna do this. You don't have to abuse the joystick like that. What are we doing? So, yeah, man, I was definitely, when it came to my electronics, I was super, super protective, super stingy. My cards, like nobody touched my Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Nah,
but
just saying in a booklet.
Yeah, like don't take it out the sleeve. No, we're not doing that. So, but yeah, man, I just I don't know. That's like the only complex I had when it came to like my stinginess back in the day. It was just with those. Like everything else, I didn't care about. I share everything.
Oh yeah,
into that stuff. Nah.
Yeah, Nerf gas, Super Soakers. You want to play with a lightsaber? Pause.
Dude, you can have at it, bro. But
Got you.
Don't touch my systems, especially and
Oh,
they used to get to the house
error.
for me. So like sometimes I'll still be at school and they be at the house.
Yeah,
I'll come home and my shit's on. I'm like, yo,
hell no.
Whoa.
Yo, mom be like, yo, go ahead, play the game, baby. No, don't touch my shit.
Listen,
and it I was a PlayStation kid, so disc error. Oh hell, don't touch my disc. I'll put it in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll put that shit in, bro. Yeah. Don't touch my shit.
100%. Listen, nobody touched my Dreamcast. Nobody played my Dreamcast,
bro.
I still have my original Dreamcast till this day. Like nobody was allowed.
My shit is right next to me in the other room, bro. Like I'm just waiting to get a TV down here, and then I'm gonna be down here playing. Oh my god, what's that? This one game RPG I'm going through.
I got it.
Yeah, how much is that? Yo, you get that Amazon? Yeah, we shouting out Prime. We shouting out Amazon, yo.
Yeah. I'll send you links. I'll send you links after this.
Yeah. Let me get that.
Definitely. And I got that. I got a controller converter. So if I want to use any other type of controller, all I gotta do is plug it in, plug the USB in, and the controller. I'm good to go. But yeah. But you say you was playing RPG for it?
Yeah, man. And it's still. Why is it not? I'm drawing a blank. They got the little the machines on their backs. That's how they fight. It's the first like game that has 60 frames per second on the console.
The machines on their backs.
Yeah, and he got like he kind of looked like the character a little bit from Chrono Trigger.
Grandia?
Nah, I don't want to like go because it's in a box, and I don't want to like go through my games.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, hold on, I might be able to pull it up. But yeah, I was actually playing through that shit like before I put it in storage, and I gotta say, bro, that like Dreamcast is still the greatest system of all time. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. Hold on, Dreamcast.
Yeah, listen, like I said, I turn it on probably once every like 2 weeks. You know, just run through the little gauntlet of games I got for it.
The best football game ever.
NFL 2K?
That 2K for Dreamcast was different.
Evolution
1 and 2.
Okay, yep.
I'm looking for Evolution 2 right now, man, but it's a little bit more expensive. Actually, I think Evolution is kind of expensive now too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Evolution, bro, was crazy. It's crazy. Because remember, it was like the simple. It's like the simple, like the maps. Like you're just like when you're in it's like you're in dungeons, but like it was way. I ain't gonna say it was ahead of its time because Final Fantasy was doing it, but like the way the movements and everything was a little bit more advanced on Evolution. They were doing some big things.
Yeah, definitely. But let's go ahead and wrap this up, man, because we get to talking. We be on here all night just talking.
Facts.
So, but once again, as always, we definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. I know we bring y'all some long episodes. We're gonna try to get better with that, but we try to keep it entertaining the whole time for y'all. So we definitely want to say thank y'all. Continue to support, like, share it, tell friends about it. If everybody tell one person about it, and you tell one person about it, we could really, really get big with this. So, and that's what we're looking to do. But as always, Lex, my brother, I appreciate you. I know you said it last week, but you are one of my new favorite people. So definitely thank you for being on here with me. You got anything you want to shout out, plug real quick?
If you haven't go on Amazon Prime. Go watch Apathetic Epidemic, starring me and David Solomon, directed by David Solomon. You got to pay the $4.99 for it now. It used to be on Prime. A Prime deal expired about 2 years ago, but we're still on there. Go check us out. Support it. Award-winning indie film, by the way.
Nice.
Like excellence.
Oh yeah, send me that link. We'll get
I
the
got
plugs
you.
and all that. So we'll definitely get that plug. Yeah.
I got you. And also, go follow me on Twitch, Eddie Murphy 69 on Twitch. No, the 69 is not for what you think it is. My mom's birth year. But that's all I got for you guys. Also, if you guys have not tuned in to Commonology 101, we are on hiatus right now because of my co-host of that show. He's going through some difficult times. We won't be saying what's going on, but we'll be back soon. We just, life happens, man.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely keep an eye out for that too. Y'all know any type of announcements, we'll definitely post it as well. To make sure that y'all tap in with Lex and everything he got going on. And as always, definitely keep supporting the network and continuing to grow. We're trying to bring y'all content every day of the week. So on Mondays we got that Monday motivation with my boy E, my boy CT, and the lovely Miss John A. 8 o'clock Mondays. Tuesdays you can see the comfy couch with the lovely Miss Siobhan and myself. Wednesdays we got Scotch with E and that boy Rome the chef, cooking it up in the kitchen, making y'all hungry with the visuals. Thursdays we got Just Clowning with Malcolm C. Mello. And of course, Fridays, you can see us here every Friday, 9 o'clock. And then on Sundays, the podcast has started it all. The podcast about nothing, where everybody kind of gets together, try to make y'all feel like family and just shoot the shit. So definitely tap in. Any type of announcements, we're going to bring them to you. Anything we got going on, any upcoming projects and everything like that. So definitely stay with us. So, but as always, we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week. So, peace.
Love you guys. Bye.